So I think I'm recording. So just curiosity, I just started looking at dams. There's been a lot of floods lately. I've had a bit of intel that there's more to come. And then after dams, for whatever reason, I came onto a list of power stations in New Zealand. I was just a bit curious about that. So this is a list of the power stations. So different generating roles for bit intermediate peaking, blah blah blah, including geothermal and run-of-the-river hydroelectric plants. So this was the part that was interesting me, was the hydroelectric, as when we look at all the old world star forts, which I'm going to go on to in a minute, that's what they did. They used water and the ether. And if you go into a lot of these old Tartarian buildings around the realm, and Dunedin still has them, they've still got, and probably here as well, they still have a lot of the old world tech underneath in the cellars of these houses, buildings, sorry. And also a bit of research I did was into some of the massive churches in America. They have used what was already under there, I'm sure, and spent millions. You know, this is some of the real big famous cathedrals, and that's how they're powering. They're using the water underneath as well. So just a little bit fascinated I was. So I thought we'll take a look through here. So here's a list of the geothermal. Now, to me, I always thought, you know, this is new learning for me. I always thought that my power was mainly fossil fuels. That's why, especially in the UK, I suppose that's where my tiny bit of knowledge has come from. And that's why they built the wind farms, solar, blah, blah, blah. So when you look at this though in New Zealand, and this gives you the who, with Meridian Energy. It even gives you the coordinates of some, not others. Yeah, so it even tells you what binary, I don't know what that means, but look at all these places and topo, geothermal, hydroelectric, so they're using the water. So all of this could be free. You know, geothermal. I'm on a bit of a mission for free energy, but the way I look is the energy within us and the ether, us powerful beings that we are. And I think time to actually look at the three-dimensional what's going on as well. So this is a name, amethyst. Oh, interesting. What's that? Don't know what that is. West Power. This is the places. So heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps, surprise, surprise, of the hydro using water to get us our power. So this is why, you know, I'm sure we could all live right next to the ocean, and so do many people in New Zealand. Why can we not just be doing our own, you know, and having this free energy? Another thing, why? So we're on to others here. Where's all the where these are? Doesn't even tell you where they are, look. Surprise, surprise. Hidden, maybe? I don't know. Being a bit sceptical, as I always am. Okay, Falls. I went there, actually. I've got some, this is decommissioned hydroelectric. Remembering that New Zealand is only 160 years old, you know, as far as this sort of stuff goes, decommissioned already. So yeah, I did go there. It was very interesting. I think I did a little video. I will put some more up. First power station owned by the government, dismantled in 1941. Why would you do that? You know, it's a huge, 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 huge waterway here. Also the what's it called? Karangahaki Gorge. You know, that was a mine, but I'm sure it was all hydro, water. So it's some fossil fuel, but it's even thermal again. Coldstream turbine. So I think it is still, You know, I don't really know what I'm talking about when you look at this sort of thing. I'm just reading. Wind, oh, we do have some wind in New Zealand. So, I mean, look at solar too. When I joined Meridian Energy, it was all blah, 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 and grid battery storage. You know, we've looked at the mining and the batteries and stuff. But even on here, which it's actually, you know, back to the battery for storing power, which I believe all the old mining batteries, that's what they were really about as well. I don't believe any gold mining was going on at all. I think that's bullshit. So what are these? Proposed power stations. So these haven't even taken hold yet. Wow, and there's fricking heaps of them. Where are they? Let's have a look. Topo, topo, topo. So what else? Energy in New Zealand, electricity sector, blah, blah, blah. So I'm also going to have a little look here at star cities or star forts. So these are all around the world and they are in New Zealand. Yes, they are in New Zealand. So I'll show you some of these really big obvious ones now. I mean, look at them, they're absolutely beautiful. Now, all these star cities, or star forts as they're called now, you know, fortresses, you can see there. They tell us that a lot of these were used for fortresses because of war. That's the narrative in New Zealand. They're in near army camps often. So yeah, so let's go back to the power and the water. So as you can see on a lot of these, they are surrounded by water. All of them, water, 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 all man-made waterways. Man-made waterways, you can just see it's just there on all of them. So I think these were a lot about free energy as well and creating the sacred geometry, how the universe works, how we work. We are part of the universe, and this would be the way to connect us to the ether and also the water. So if we look for some in NZ, and even just keeping it as that, we're still going to get some. Takapuna, I know that's one. Here we go. Here's one from New Zealand. Star Forts. This is an autodidactic. You know, I really love Campbell on this. You can see this one. Yep, Takapuna, that's a big one. But these aren't New Zealand. Surprise, surprise. Let's see. Let's put Takapuna on. Takapuna. There you go. Here's the one at Takapuna. You can sort of see the shape of this. Also, can you see the roof here? I've watched a couple of videos on the Kaimanawa wall, and they finally did actually a bit of research around it. You've got a bunch of dudes in, and they had these big metal rods that they put down, and they did a scan, and, you know, they had the machinery, saying that it's not a pyramid, but what they did find was this under the ground. These turrets, do you call them? Can't remember already what you call them. So anyway, back to Takapuna. This is Fort Takapuna. And you'll also notice the red brick. Look at all the shapes around. I'm sure if we will go onto Google Earth, we will be able to see a lot more that's now buried. I can do that at a later date. Also, we have Devonport. That's the word I was looking for. Devonport. No, this is not Devonport. I spelled it right. Devonport, England. No, still not. Where's this? That's back to Takapuna. Here we go, Devonport. So Takapuna and Devonport are actually really close together. So you can see it here, look, there's the points. So it would have been one massive starport, Takapuna, Devonport, and all these little towns around the north shore of Auckland City. All the man-made edges of the land, there, that's a big sign for, oops, didn't mean to do that. Oh, forbidden, what have I done? Didn't mean to do that. So yeah, there's always man-made, there's always a little island off, which there's lots of islands around Auckland City. Devonport foreshore, here we go. Let's have a look. So all man-made, 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 man-made. I really want to get onto a map actually so I can really see. So if I just put in Devonport and get rid of that, maybe Ariel. Ariel. So many good ones. Ah, look at this, North Head. Wow, look at that. What has that been? So all of this is man-made. That's a man-made coast. You can see the points here from where they've buried or covered up. This is fascinating. Look at that. What was all them circles? That's pure circle. I've never seen that before. That's very interesting. What else have we got? Wow, look at that. Gotta get a total aerial of Auckland. There's another mount. Very interesting. Very interesting. If I just put aerial Auckland, maybe north. No, I'm going to have to go onto Google Earth. So we'll leave that there for now, and I'll bring up a Google Earth later.